How's it going? Galore Wrestling Figures here. Welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the upcoming WWE CM Punk figures. So for quite a while now we've known about some upcoming CM Punk figures, but the other day it was San Diego Comic Con and we got a load of new CM Punk figures shown off. So I thought I'd start off first with the figures that we already know about, and then I'll get into the San Diego Comic Con figures. So I suppose without any further ado, let's get into the first figures. So coming out soon, in fact, I think for some people they already have started shipping, which is good. We have the upcoming main event series 150 CM Punk figures, and this figure does have a normal figure and a chase. The main event series are just another name for basics now. And these figures have already been released years ago, but they've re-released them with new articulation. And despite them being basics, I quite like them. Obviously, they are basic, so they are quite basic. However, I do quite like them, and obviously this will be CM Punk's first WWE figure in, 10 years? So these will be instant purchases as soon as they release. Next up, we do have the main event series 154 figure, and this is based off the 2010 Royal Rumble. This figure was also released years ago. However, I think they have maybe added true FX to the head scan and obviously new articulation. So this should be coming out probably a couple of months from now. However, I do quite like this one. They've sort of redone it, and I do quite like this one. Also, another basic. This is the last basic for now coming out. We do have the main event showdown series 19, and this is just another name for a battle pack with CM Punk and Randy Orton. Of course, the figure that we are getting for CM Punk, the Bret Hart inspired gear, SummerSlam 2012. We have already had this figure years ago. However, they have re-released it with new technology. However, it is a shame that they couldn't have made this as an elite. But obviously, this is professional wrestling. Never say never. Hopefully, we do get an elite sometime soon. So now, let's get on to the elites. So not too long ago, we got this elite figure shown off, and I'm not too sure what series this is going to be in. Maybe a top pick series, and it is based off Madison Square Garden, his first WWE match when he returned. Obviously, it was a house show. However, the attire is quite basic. However, I do like it. Obviously, it's his first elite back. It has got an updated head scan, the updated tattoos on his legs, and also it has got some tape on his leg, which is obviously accurate to what he was wearing at the time. And obviously, if this is going to be in the top picks, then fair enough. But either way, it's a CM Punk figure, so I will be buying it. But I do quite like it, and I do think that it is definitely an interesting choice for an elite, but I do quite like it. And also, coming out as well, we do have the Mattel Creations exclusive elite. This is, of course, based off when he returned at Survivor Series last year. And this figure, we've seen it a few times now, but it's amazing. I do wish I'd ordered a couple more of these. However, hopefully when they're released, they aren't too expensive, so I will be able to get a couple more. Obviously, it's based off when he returned. It's obviously capturing that moment. Obviously, the attire is all accurate, but it does also come with a bonus shirt as well if you do want to change the shirt, which is good. The detail on it is perfect, obviously similar to his first Dance AEW figure. Obviously, in terms of no wrist tape on, but I do really like it, and it's one where as soon as it releases, if you can get it for a good price, you definitely need to get it. So, the next figure is one where people have been asking for this for years, and it is, of course, the Pipe Bomb Elite figure. This is in the upcoming Defining Moments Series 2. Obviously, they brought back Defining Moments last year, I think it was, and this is in the Series 2. And this is great. Obviously, this Elite we did get years ago in the All-Stars figure. The 2-pack with CM Punk and Stone Cold Steve Austin. However, they have that was obviously when he had long hair and no chest tattoo. Now, they have sort of redone it. However, it has got the chest tattoo, and of course, he's got his pipe bomb look. So, the sort of, you could say, update head scan to his other elite, but obviously, it's capturing the pipe bomb. You all obviously know what he wore. So, obviously, the Stone Cold shirt. And I do think that, obviously, throughout the years, I've seen fix-ups of this, obviously changing the heads from the old elite. But it is finally good just to have an official elite of this. And obviously, it is a ringside exclusive. However, if you're in the UK or even probably in the US, anywhere, You can probably get this from, obviously, for example, I know Rock and Roll Collectibles had it in the UK, and some other people, but when it releases, it might be a bit hard to get at first. However, hopefully, fingers crossed, you can get it for a good price, and I do think that this is contender of Figure of the Year, and I do think that this Pipe Bomb Elite and these Mattel Creations Elite, although the Mattel Creations Elite is due February, I think both of these might start shipping in a couple of months because they do look pretty much ready, so I can't wait to get these. So now we get onto the San Diego Comic Con figure reveals, and I sort of want to start off with basics again. However, there was only one basic, and we do have this basic that was shown off, and I'm not sure what series this is going to be in, or if it's going to be in a battle pack, because it does come with a spinner belt. However, I do quite like this. Obviously, this figure was released years ago, and they are re-releasing it with new articulation and technology, which seems to be a reoccurring thing that they're doing with CM Punk figures. And, you know, even though it is a basic and we have already had it, I think that is just cool just to finally get another CM Punk figure, because obviously, if you're a CM Punk collector, you want to get all the CM Punk's figures. So when this releases, I will be getting it, because end of the day, it is a CM Punk figure that I need. So that's it for the basic. Now I sort of want to get onto these other stuff that I think is really cool. So we have the Elite 113, I believe it is. And this, of course, we did get this as a basic years ago, and we are finally getting it as an Elite. And of course, it is based off his Macho Man inspired attire. And throughout the years, I've seen customs of this, but I just think that it is really cool to finally get an official Elite of this. And to be honest, from these pictures that we have gotten at San Diego Comic Con, I'm not going to lie to you, I do think it is actually quite good. Obviously, quite a good head scan, but I just think with the double jointed arms, elbows, the attire, I just think that it's really good. And it's one where they should be released in a couple of months. So quite a lot of these CM Punk figures I am going to talk about should be releasing quite soon. And obviously we are getting Elite 112 soon. This is Elite 113, so a couple of months and this should be out. So we also got the Elite 115 shown off, and of course this is based off his Royal Rumble 2024 attire, of course, this year. And I do believe that this is the 115, but I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is. And I do quite like this, of course. It has got the sort of, I want to say that is a new head scan, because it will have the slick back hair. And I do think that is really good. It's definitely one where, obviously I'll be getting all of these figures, but I do think that is quite good. And it's just finally good just to get CM Punk figures back in the main line of Elites, and I do think that is quite good. Of course, the kick pads, the trunks, it's a good design, and I do think that is quite good. Definitely one that I will be picking up. So, next two figures are very special to me, and I do want to say a big thanks to, obviously, Mattel for finally making these. So the first one is the Vault, from the Vault figure, and of course it is Straight Edge Society Elite. And if you know anything about wrestling figures, you will know that, of course, this was released years ago, and it is one of the hardest Elites to ever get. And I do have one myself, but they are finally releasing it. And now, personally, I'm not too fussed about value, because although I did pay quite a lot for mine, this one, it is finally good to obviously get it re-released, because the head scan will be slightly different, double jointed arms. Also, it doesn't have a towel, which doesn't come with it. However, I do think the original, personally, I do prefer that one, because obviously it sort of holds more prestige, because obviously, you know, it's the older one. However, I do quite like this one. It's definitely one I will be getting, obviously exclusive to Ringside. And obviously from the Vault, the upcoming series, which does have this figure in, I do think that is quite good. But to finally get this figure re-released after all these years, it's just crazy to see, and I do think that is a really good figure. And obviously, if you missed out on the original, or even if you have got the original, it's one that I recommend getting, because it does look quite good. So next up, this is arguably Figure of the Year contender, and it is the Ultimate Edition. Of course, this is based off Money in the Bank 2011. We do, of course, have the Elite 16, but they have finally released it as an Ultimate Edition. This will be exclusive to Ringside Collectibles, but I do think that it is really detailed. Obviously, you've got 3 head scans with it, the blowing kiss face, the angry, the smirk. I do think that is really good, and after all these years, we're finally getting an Ultimate Edition of this. And there's to many more Ultimate Editions, CM Punk figures that will be coming, but I do think that this is maybe better than the Supreme. the AEW Supreme figure, and as I say, figure of the year contender. And it does look like it's ready, so maybe this ships in a couple of months, which will be good. But make sure you go and check out Ringside Collectibles to get this, or if you're in the UK, there is places selling it, such as Rock and Roll Collectibles, Wrestling Megastore UK. There's going to be all sorts of places selling this, but make sure you get it. And of course, when it releases, hopefully it's a good price, but I can definitely see myself getting a few of these because it is really good. But that covers all the figures. I don't believe that I have missed any, but knowing me, I probably have missed one figure. But I think as a whole, CM Punk figures coming out this year and next year. So far, what's been shown, he has got some amazing figures coming out. So let me know in the comments down below what figure you're most looking forward to. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.